Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is etefevoke. So today we're going to be talking about Bridgerton. Yeah, Bridgerton on the lips of about 80 million plus people all over the world, and I couldn't be left out. Yeah, this is not this is not a case of peer pressure anyway. It's just I adore Shonda. I really love Shondaland. I love Shondaland's works. So when Shonda posted that she was going to be um among the producers of the Bridgerton series on Netflix, I was so happy because it was going to be something about historical romance, and I used to like historical romance, not anymore. But I am trying to reignite that fire in me by reading Bridgerton series. Although it's really like it's like a hard journey at the moment, but I am really trying to get into it. I'm not saying I'm there yet, but I'm trying my very best to get in tune with the entire thing. So I read the first book from the Bridgerton series, which is The Duke and I, Daphne's story. Daphne is the fourth child. Anthony, quick detail here, the Bridgerton family named their children alphabetically. So it's really easy to remember their names. So Anthony, Benedict, Colin, then Daphne. So the story starts with Daphne, who I'm just going to tell you the entire plot, so both from the book and from the series. So it's quite similar, although there's some few tweaks, like differences from the book and the series, but not really much because it didn't really change anything. You know how I always say that books are better than the series or the movie. In this case, it's not so bad because the tweaks are not really much or really noticeable. Most of the tweaks are just something that will make the harmony or make the series flow well. So that's just the minor tweaks that are in the series compared to the book. So Daphne is the fourth child of the Bridgerton family, and okay, she's eligible for marriage because back then girls married early, and she's highborn, she's a debutante, so she has to marry well. And these people organize balls, they organize all sorts of things, and the mamas are really keen on marrying of their daughters. So it's really big business, and it's really something that's really important. I don't see this thing different from what's happening to this society, although girls don't really have to act a certain way anymore to get some guy, or they don't really organize. They do, but it's not really as pronounced as it was in the 1800s. The book is set in the 1800s. This is a time where women were considered okay. You don't have to read, you don't have to bother yourself with history, politics, philosophy. You just have to bother yourself with being a good lady who take care of her a mansion or a castle or whatever it was the house is called. So that's what it is. So here's Daphne. She was called the Diamond of the Season because she was well bred to please whoever she's going to get married to. Yeah. So Daphne meets this Duke of Hastings, and he likes her, she likes him, yeah. But the Duke on one hand doesn't want to get married. Daphne on the other hand is eager to be married off, because this is what she knew all her life, that okay, Daphne from the day of her birth, they have been preparing her, grooming her to please a man somewhere. So Daphne is keen on getting married as soon as possible. And the Duke doesn't want to get married, so they make this alliance that okay, the mamas are at my back telling me to marry their daughters. That's the Duke speaking now. So why don't we come together? You act like you like me. I'll act like I want you to be my wife. You, Daphne, on the other hand, okay, how does it? I'll act like I want you to be my wife. I have interest in you. So the mothers who while flocking around him can back off with their daughters because he has an eye for Daphne. Why? What is Daphne going to benefit from this entire arrangement? Okay, since they see that, since other guys or men, gentlemen, say that Daphne is desirable to the Duke, they would have eyes for her. So you know that kind of thing, that okay, I want what I can get. I don't know. This arrangement was really silly to me. I'm sorry to say. I didn't see the sense in it. I was like, oh, what kind of arrangement is this? And is it that deep? That was what I just thought. But you know, where the shoe pinches. So So that was the arrangement. And in the long run, Daphne was caught feelings for this guy. And the guy also caught feelings for her, but he doesn't want to act on the feelings. But Daphne wants to act on the feelings as soon as possible. Okay? Yeah. So I don't know if I should give you spoilers, but I think I'll give you spoilers one way or the other. Then this is just how the plot goes. Daphne's brother Anthony is the Papa Bear of the family, if that's correct. The Papa Bear of the family, he protects his sister. He doesn't want, because he knows what the Duke is capable of from the past, but they're schooled together. So he doesn't want his sister being in that kind of entanglement with the Duke. Then you know what? When I was reading the book, I was like, I don't think if I was born in the 1800s, because the book is set in 1800. I don't think if I was born in 1800, I would even these things would bore me so much. And people have so much time in their hands. They were willing to go into a duel to protect the sister's honor because the Duke tried to kiss the sister. I was just wondering, like, okay, people are spending money going to balls, just parading themselves so that one highborn or the other would like them. It was weird to me. Because and when I was watching it, I said, thank God I was not born this time. Thank God I was not born this time. Because it's not just in Europe that these things happen. It happened in African societies as well. And it's still happening today. There's only just few differences, and those differences actually count. So yeah. Before I talk about Daphne in particular, but I really have to talk about Daphne in particular. Beside the hot romps and all the sex scenes and all the very fine Duke, Simon, he's really cute. But thank God, but I'm not really swooning over him. No, I'm not. Thank God for that. Because a lot of people like him. You get my point. So I'm happy that I didn't fall among that group this time. But he's really cute in my opinion. There are a lot of beautiful characters as well in this series. I have Elise, who I like, and Penelope. I like Penelope because of I like her because she's just so chubby and cute, and she likes to read. I like Eloise because she questions everything. She questions the standards. She wants to be different. Like, there's more to things than this. So those are really my two favorite characters. We have Anthony. I really do not care much about Anthony. Benedict, I'm still trying to get to come around to him. Colin, I like Colin because he has this funny wit around him. I really noticed it much in the series, but in the book, Colin is quite funny. But I didn't really find him funny in the series. Yeah. So Daphne, I really want to talk about Daphne. Daphne. I find it rather odd that Daphne does not, the character Daphne, did not ask questions or was just okay with, okay, A is A, B is B, C is C. Like simple things. Like, okay, you have been told this, and this is black, this is white, and this is how it's going to be. No curiosity, no, okay, what if this is great? Just like Elvis is doing. No, Daphne is just, and Elvis actually told her that, thank you for being so perfect. Daphne is like the perfect daughter that do not even give her mom so much headache. Yeah, like, she just do what society expects of her. And I find it odd. I don't know, I find it really odd. Because, and she's not even so curious that she's not even as too curious that, okay, to find out how her body works and how the male and female body works. Because in society, then when you ask about sex and some intimate topics, the mothers will blush and she don't give you any real detail about those kind of topics. So those kind of topics were kind of out of bound. So it's just like you're going into a place with your eyes closed and you don't know how anything is going to work. You're just like a fool. She called herself a fool like that and the guy didn't want to tell her mom. She was really mad at her mom. That her mother sent her into matrimony like a fool. She didn't even know anything. But I really like that scene when she told her mom off. But to me, I said, okay, wait, Daphne. Your mom sent you, okay, you have been grooming yourself and blah 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 blah. You're not curious about your body. You don't ask questions. How? I don't think there's any way that anybody would not be curious especially when you get to a certain age, when you're a teenager, you're always curious about your body. And don't you have friends that talk about stuff? I find it odd, sure. That's me. Another way I found Daphne odd was that, okay, the Duke, okay, says yes, you know he has feelings for you. And I know that the heart was what it wants. And I know that the heart wants what it wants, but Daphne, the man said he doesn't want to get married. Oh no. Okay. He said he'll marry. You can see he likes you. Alright, fine. The man said I can't father children. My friend said, okay, the person, if for anything, Simon was honest about his dealings with Daphne. He told her, okay, I don't want to get married to you. No, you must marry me. Okay, I'll marry you. I can't give you children, no. Okay, no wahala. Then you double back. Okay, she was so close about sex. It was until she spoke with the help that he told her that they were having a conversation about people being barren and all that, about women not bearing children, and people always blaming the women for not being able to conceive. So the woman had to say that it won't quicken without strong, healthy seed. That when her mind went, oh, no wonder, because the Duke actually had daddy issues that he was dealing with, so he didn't want to father any son because his father was really mean to him when he was growing up, really mean to him. So he was just living his life, and he said, okay, you know what, my father is only concerned about this title, so I'm not going to father any children. So when I die, this title will go to any relative or cousin. I don't care. But although he didn't tell her that part, he missed that part. He didn't tell her that because it is own. He didn't want to share that part with her because he doesn't want her to look at him in a certain way. You get my point. I'm not trying to make excuses for the Duke here, but I just think that Daphne is rather odd. So she learned that she needs his seed because when they have intercourse, because when they had intercourse, Simon usually withdraws himself. I just find it odd that people cannot be curious. I don't think there's anybody on this earth that is not curious, because that's how we are. Even according to science, that's how human beings are better than the great apes and all that and other animals, because we go for our curiosity and we use our brains and just want to know more things. So finding out that Daphne did not know all these things or not even ask any question, or and in the long run, as she was going to at least stumble on something that will pique her interest. Nope, just going to get married and you don't know the half of it. So she became mad at Simon, really mad at him. The other thing that was rather odd to me is the fact that in the book, I'm not talking about the movie now, the series, I'm talking about the book now. In the book, Daphne seemingly raped the Duke. I don't know about you, but I saw it as rape. Because if the tables were turned, we would have been outraged at how the Duke treated Daphne. So in the book now, I'm just going to read out the part to you so you can make up your mind. Maybe it's rape. To me, it's rape. And I think that the fact that they tweaked that part or they changed that part, I don't like it, because it kind of downplays the fact that these things happen to men. You get my point. So I'm just going to read the part out to you. So in this scene, Simon was drunk like a skunk. He was really drunk and he was asleep. He was asleep. And keyword there is drunk. That's a keyword there, drunk. And I'm not trying to make this a thing. I'm not trying to make anything a thing. I just think that, okay, they haven't changed that part. They just left it as the way Julia wrote it. They played it like that. So you can see that some things really happen to men are true. So she said, okay, in this scene, he's drunk, like I said earlier. Simon, she whispered, her eyes flying open. Are you even awake? His response was another sleepy mumble, and he made no attempt at seduction, just snuggled her closer. Daphne blinked in surprise. She hadn't realized that a man could want a woman in his sleep. She pulled her head back so she could see his face, then reached out and touched the line of his jaw. He let out a little groan. The sound was hoarse and deep, and it made her reckless. With slow, tantalizing fingers, she undid the buttons of his shirt, pausing just once to trace the outline of his navel. He shifted restlessly, and Daphne felt the strangest, most intoxicating surge of power. He was asleep, and probably still more than a little bit drunk. So the key word there is, I'm going to just read that part again. And Daphne felt the strangest, most intoxicating surge of power. He was in her control. She realized. He was in her control, she realized. He was sleepy and probably still more than a little bit drunk. And she could do whatever she wanted with him. So you get my point now. So now Daphne is furious that the Duke lied to her, and she told him off. That he lied to her that he could not bear children, because she thought in her head that okay, he can't bear children. But even in the situation, like, for someone that cannot bear children, this man is really performing well. Because again, Daphne doesn't know anything about sex. Then, so she found out from this help that okay, you need a strong seed in you so that a woman can conceive or procreate or whatever. Then the man is drunk. And she did this to him. He woke up sharp, but he was drunk. And I just want you to think that, okay, what if the tables were turned? Like, it was a woman, it was Daphne that was drunk, and you did this to her. What? Because there's something called marital rape, and I don't know. Because he said he doesn't want to bear children, and you do that. Yes, he really liked her, and he really had the hots for her, but just me, I don't know. What do you think about the scene? I just read it out, so what do you think? Please leave a comment below. I would love to hear your thoughts. Yeah. Even in the movie, it is a slight rape though, but not really. So people just swept under the carpet. But to me, I like things going both ways. So if it was a woman in that position, it would have been outrage, honestly. Yeah. But I'm not trying to make the thing though, just my thoughts. But despite the rompy scenes and the funny fashion and the balls and the craving for marriage, there are really very beautiful things in Bridgerton. Actually, family bond. It's really, you can see how the Duke is. The Duke came from like not really a broken home, but the Duke is broken because of how his father treated him when he was young. And here's Daphne, a bright girl and happy. She had siblings around her. She had a family, mom, dad that loved each other, parents that loved each other. So you get how family is really important. Everybody needs somebody. That's what just trying to say. So she really had a strong support system. Anthony could do anything for his siblings, anything at all. And Daphne also was always protective of her sister, always trying to set the pace for her sisters. You know, not wanting to ruin the family reputation. It's really nice. Then it also saw the need to read and ask questions, which is really important. You see Bridgerton, you see Daphne side by side with. I'm not saying Daphne is totally a dumb ass person or stupid. No, not at all. Daphne is far from stupid, but some of her choices are really questionable. But we are all on that table anyway. But you see Penelope, you see Eloise reading, and you see that the time Penelope was reading, her mother said to her, "Oh, don't confuse yourself with those thoughts. Like, you don't need those thoughts as a woman," which is really wrong. And people still try to actually put women in these boxes, even in present times, even in 21st century. So it's not really something that was in the 1800s. No, it's still happening. And also say that people like to talk, and people will definitely talk about you. You can see the lady whistled down society papers that was going on in society, and people really like a good story. I like a good story. So yes, that's basically it about Bridgerton. I don't know if I missed anything, but that's what I really. So that's really my highlight of Bridgerton series. Bridgerton is renewed for another season. I don't know when it's coming out. I didn't check, but I heard that it's renewed for another season, and I find it amazing. So this and it's going to. I find it amazing, and it's going to be focusing on Anthony, the eldest brother. I've started the book. I'm halfway through the book actually, and thus far, okay. Kate Sheffield seems amazing, but I'll do a video telling you what to expect in series in the second season of Bridgerton. So you can stay tuned to my channel. Please do not forget to like my video. Thank you, and subscribe as well. Leave a comment below if you've seen Bridgerton, if you plan on seeing Bridgerton, and if you just don't want to see Bridgerton. Please tell us your reasons, because it's quite nice. You know, it's Shonda, so yeah. Just leave a comment below. Thank you. Goodbye.